French President Emmanuel Macron has built an image of being bold, haughty, and hyper with his unusual political moves. And his latest act has the potential to shake up the geopolitics of the North and South, as well as the East and the West. The French president has asked South Africa for an invitation to the BRICS Summit scheduled for August this year, as per French media reports. The news reports have not been confirmed by the Élysée Palace yet, and the spokesperson for the South African president claimed to be unaware of Macron's request. The unconfirmed news reports have sent shockwaves in the political circles across the globe. BRICS unites the world's largest developing economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The BRICS nations are setting themselves up as an alternative to existing international financial and political forums, such as the Group of Seven or G7, consisting of 7 major Western economies, including France. While France is not the only country which has expressed the desire to be a part of the group, even if it is just for a single meeting, it is definitely the first European nation to do so. Other countries which have expressed intention to join the bloc include Argentina, Iran, Indonesia, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt, mostly nations from the global south. Amid the polarization of the world and countries being boxed in camps, especially since the Russia-Ukraine war broke out, an editorial by Global Times argues that there is a need for someone to transcend ideological and geopolitical barriers and break free from mental and conceptual constraints, leading to unexpected positive effects. Macron's move also comes at a time when BRICS is discussing having its own currency to reduce dependence on the US dollar for global trade. Although the idea of a BRICS currency is still at a nascent stage, it raises the question if France would be willing to take part in such a project, which could hurt its friend US. Independent diplomacy is not new to France, and under the leadership of Macron, who is willing to pursue strategic autonomy, it can act as a bridge between different camps and possibly unite the world. France has been showing signs of realizing the historic geopolitical changes occurring in the last few months, with US adopting protectionist measures and leaving Europe high and dry, especially amid sanctions on Russian oil and China, emerging as a major player wanting to engage with the world on the principle of mutual benefit. Macron has made surprising statements on multiple occasions, demonstrating a certain level of autonomy separate from Washington. From publicly urging Europe to take decisions independent of its close ally, US, to urging negotiations with Russia amid its war in Ukraine, and visiting China to establish closer ties with Beijing against America's wishes while being a core member of several US-led groups, Macron's moves have left political observers bewildered. France is the only European country to have been vocal about ending reliance on the US dollar for global transactions. Macron said in an interview in April that the US dollar comes with a great risk that could wreak havoc on local economies. Considering these factors, it wouldn't be particularly strange or surprising if Macron actually wanted to attend the BRICS Summit. France shouldn't take for granted the deep rift between Western and non-Western countries and their lack of mutual trust. It also should not underestimate the blowback from his Western allies, especially the US, to getting cozy to countries such as China and Russia, both members of BRICS. Macron's reported request arrives as NATO allies, the US and the UK, have called for a more firm stance from France regarding the Ukrainian conflict. Winning the trust of BRICS nations also wouldn't be a piece of cake for Macron, given his close proximity to the West. The developing nations may see him as a Trojan horse planted by the North. Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova on June 14th welcomed France's reported request to attend BRICS Summit, but also sought clarification from Macron about his intention. As the world awaits confirmation from either side, one thing is for certain. Macron's move has demonstrated the growing clout of the BRICS cooperation mechanism, BRICS+, which promotes multipolarity.